were believing. We wanted this one, man, and just wasn't meant to be tonight, man. Knicks went into Miami for a Game 6 matchup with the Miami Heat, man. One where, the Knicks were looking to force a Game 7. And, we wanted this one, man. We wanted this one for the city. Wanted this one for the team, for the fans. This has been an unbelievable season by any stretch of the imagination. Jalen Brunson came into this thing after they lost Game 4. He said, you got to believe it's not over. We take it one game at a time. They won Game 5. He said, it's not over. We didn't accomplish anything. We got to get to the next one. He got to the next one. He put the team on his back. A heroic performance. A night that you wanted to call the Jalen Brunson game, right? The storybook season. You wanted it to be called the Jalen Brunson game. But it just wasn't meant to be. Wasn't meant to be tonight. Costly turnovers down the stretch. Lack of offense by the Knicks. Lack of help from the supporting cast. And that was all she wrote, man. 96-92, the Heat win, and the Heat will advance.
It's tough, man. It's tough, especially how magical this season has been, how resilient this team has been throughout the regular season, how they looked in the first round against the Cleveland Cavaliers. You thought we'd get that same team throughout this second round, and, games 3 and 4, they didn't look like that. There's just a lot of questions, man. There's just a lot of questions that I have after this game. Questions about, player performances, the coaching decisions, just because it felt like there was a little bit too much left on the table from everybody, right? It was just Brunson who was out there. I mean, man, 41 points kept this team alive, man, down to the wire. Talk about 96-92. 41 of those points came from Captain Clutch, Jalen Brunson himself. And when you just think, what if Randall or RJ had it going? What if Grimes was able to knock down a couple more shots? There's just a lot of questions, man. Just a lot of questions. I mean, we can even go back to why didn't we get Grimes until 2 minutes left into the fourth quarter, right? And you see RJ and Hart out there who just shrunk the court. A lot of questions, man. A lot of questions to go around. But look, on the season, you got to be proud of this team. We got a superstar in Jalen Brunson. I didn't mix any words. The fact that you can come in to a do or die game for your team and drop 41 points under some bright lights on one of the biggest stages, that's a superstar right there, man. It's not in the making. He's here. We got a good one. And you can look forward to this offseason that we got something here cooking in New York.
It was fun and it was heartbreaking. And, for me, it's just frustrating to lose a game where I felt like from the Knicks standpoint, like so many things could have happened better.
Yeah.
My top 2 things I'm looking at tonight is the head coach and Julius Randle. The head coach, I think, had his worst coaching game other than maybe Game 2, Round 1 against Cleveland. This might have been his worst coaching game of the playoffs. Decisions, the game plan, the offensive sets, the substitutions tonight. Just absolutely, I thought it was awful. It was flat out awful. And I understand, I know, great season. I know, we weren't expected to be here. I know, and that is true. But in the end, when you're in the moment and when you feel it and when you're in a position to where, and I know we had this debate the other night, and I know we're the team that's going away, but you cannot tell me looking at this game tonight that you felt the other team has a better roster than this team. And that's without Quickly playing. I just don't think they were a more talented team, but they were the better team this series because at the end, they were the better coach team. They were the team that was more prepared, and they were the team that made the least mistakes. Sometime in sports, if I play you one-on-one and I'm just better than you, you might beat me if I make more mistakes than you. And I might go off the court and say, I'm still better than you. Well, I'm going home with the loss, and you're going home with the win. And I think that's the difference between these two teams. One team executed better, one team hustled better, and one team was more prepared. And I think the Knicks also did a lot of stupid stuff, especially coming from this head coach tonight.
Which was, I think you can mark this series as a series of mistakes, man. Yeah, and JD, check your mic. Yeah, you can mark this series as a series of mistakes, man, because even though the Knicks were more careful with the ball in this game, it was the crunch time turnovers that was just killer, man. RJ throwing it into a double team, turning the ball over. Julius turning it over into a double team. And then, the Brunson one was such a heartbreaker because it was so uncharacteristic. He was so great in this game. He was so great in this series. 4 games of 30 plus. As Alex said, we have a superstar here. You felt good. I felt good. When it hit 5 minutes, I said, crunch time. I sat up in my seat at 40-40. I said, let's go. Number 11 time. Give him the ball. Let him go to work. And, that last turnover was so uncharacteristic of him. It was a heartbreaker. That's going to stick with him for the entire summer because he wanted it. And you knew that this was going to be close to a 48-minute affair for him because once the Knicks got into the second quarter and you saw how overmatched they were with second units, he came right back in the game. He got like a 2-minute rest and came right back into the game. Never sat after that.
The way I kind of look at things, it's like one of two things needs to happen. Either Tibbs needs to go or Randall needs to go or both, right?
Yeah. Well,
And
let's look at it another way, right? Because Tibbs is not leaving. The coach, they had an outstanding season if you pull back and take a look. He got you to the second round of the playoffs. They overachieved a great deal, man. So it's got to be the roster, but that's not easy either. That is not easy either, man. But go ahead with your points.
Yeah, so I think we could use a wing. Also, if Randall's not gone, I think I'm ready to see RJ step up and be the second option ahead of Julius at minimum. I want to see what he can do with those shots, getting those kinds of touches. It's just tough, man. It's just like you really felt like this was ours for the taking. Things kind of fell for us, and we just, it's crazy because if you told us at the start of these playoffs that the bench was going to be what killed us, we all probably would have been like, no way, man. We got schooled by Kyle Lowry, ladies and gentlemen. Think about that.
I'd rather not.
He said he wants RJ to be the second option. Good luck.
Yeah.
Because if Randall and Brunson come back and the coach comes back, he will, then get ready for the same thing.
The tricky thing is that, with Julius, I don't think he can serve this team well in anything other than a secondary role. Like the secondary role is the lowest. Because it's not like he's a sniper 3-point shooter or a shot blocking specialist. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy that needs the ball. Yes, you need him to play fast with the ball and make plays with the ball, but he needs the ball to be engaged and be effective. It's tricky.
Right. And because it's like you see the guy miss 3 shots in a row and he's already started to mope. He's starting to show the bad body. So I agree with you. I mean, I'm just kind of speaking wishful thinking.
Yeah, frustration, man.
I think I think Grimes will be better next time around. It's his first playoff experience. It's Hart's first playoff experience. It's Quick's first playoff experience. I just have to hope that they're going to come back better next year. And the good thing in this is that, looking at the team's overall development was kind of like, we need our superstar. Well, he's here. We have Jalen Brunson, and he is a superstar. I don't want to hear otherwise. I know you have a lot of other people trying to call in. So it's a great season. A lot of good things to take away. A lot of big decisions to make this offseason. I do considering what the front office did this past summer, I'm going to have some faith in them to do the right things this summer. And we'll just see where we go from here. But thanks again, guys.
Thanks for your support, man. Thanks for your support.
First of all, appreciate what you guys do. Of course, you guys killed it all season, just like everybody else has said. But I will say, we had the chance to even experience these emotions and these moments, and even say that we fought. Like, I was really worried after game 4 that we kind of, we got our jewels, our family jewels taken from us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't want to. It looked like the fight was gone, and I was like, man, if we really go out without at least throwing some punches back, there are going to be more questions in this offseason that we'd like to have, and less hope, for a better season. But we have that guy. We had a guy that dropped 40 piece. We get the question everybody's been begging for with the superstar or the star or whatever. We had that answer. It was right under our nose the entire time. So I will say that a lot of answered questions and a lot of good moments that we even got to experience as Knicks fans that a lot of other franchises do get to experience more often than not. So we get to, just take that in for a little bit and enjoy that. But to the more serious aspect, I'll keep it shorter. JD's right. We got questions that we have to answer that the front office has been avoiding, and also where the minutes going to come. I think that I was just talking to a couple of people in the lounge, like, we're probably going to have to take a step back before we take a step forward. The offense we run is catered to 2 guys that are going to be more consistent, and it surrounds my shooters. Like, it kind of reminds me of a like LeBron and Kyrie type of offense. I can't believe I'm even comparing the guys to them, but I mean, Jalen, you probably could, but Julius, no. There's no consistency, and then you guys got these guys who are working one-on-one, and they can get a bailout shooter, but we have no bailout shooters.
Yeah,
quickly disappeared.
We need that bad. We need that.
Yeah,
bad.
We need that bad. Bad is if we're gonna run this offense ISO, we need guys that can bail them out when the 3-point shot and force the gravity of our players to either peel these guys off of our shooters or have the shooters have so much respect that you just got them going ISO one-on-one, and you give it Jalen Brunson one-on-one all day, you best believe you're gonna have a long night. So I will say, we got some off-season questions to really answer, and like JD said, if we're real serious about competing, we'll make that happen. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everyone in Knicks Nation too. Give them a subscribe, give them a like. Man, and just appreciate y'all. I got to take this one in, man. Got to take this one in.